Did you always know that like Tennessee was going to be home, or how did you first hear about UT?
I just wanted to come over here, period, and I just always would watch softball, and I loved Tennessee Orange, and I liked they play with so much fun, and I was like, I want to be there, like that's where I want to play, and I made it.
Surf lifesaving?
Yeah.
Like lifeguarding in the ocean?
Yeah, but it's like a sport. Yeah. One time I went out.
How do you practice that? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Yes.
I
love those like old school rom-coms.
Same.
Watch them all.
What up, Vol Nation? We're excited to bring a new show to you called Everything School. I'm your host, Kate Runyon. I'm a sophomore on the women's soccer team. We'll be dropping weekly episodes featuring all types of student athletes at the University of Tennessee. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your pods. Follow us on social media for highlights of the show in the links below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate your guys' support. Hope you enjoy the show, and go Vols. It's Kate Runyon, and we're back with another episode of Everything School. Today, our special guest is Charli Orsini. Charli is a junior on the softball team, and she's also from Australia. She's an international student. Charli, let's get into it. Tell us about where you grew up, your family, a little bit about Australia.
Okay, so I've always grown up. I live about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic, away from the big harbour bridge, which is where you always see in the movies. So it's pretty cool. Like, I've got the best of both worlds. I can drive 20 minutes to my uncle's house and see kangaroos and all these really cool Australian natives, and then I can drive an hour and see amazing landmarks. So it's pretty cool growing up because I've got the best of both worlds, and the beaches are really cool as well. But
are kangaroos that close to the city?
So like where I live, like you might catch a few, like just, it's kind of like your deer. But where my uncle is, like his whole property, like if you wake up at like dusk or dawn, like you'll see him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What else do you guys have there?
I've had a few like really big snakes. There's like, I live kind of near a little bit of bushland, so there's a little bit of...
Are you scared of them?
Growing up, it's kind of like you just know, it's like second nature, but yeah. I'm not gonna walk around in the bush with no shoes on, but
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, but
you grew up in Australia your whole life, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came to the US when?
I think it was 2022. Okay. 2022 or 2020? Yeah, 2022.
And did you like always know that you kind of wanted to end up here?
Oh yeah, like I remember, this was really bad, but year 7, so 7th grade, okay. And I would like, the World Series, I would always like sneak my iPad in class so I could like watch it going on. So like my iPad was in iPad jail all the time. So like for me, it was just like, I've always wanted to go to the next level, and for like living in Australia, like that's what you have to do. So it was really cool to get the opportunity to come here.
Is softball big in Australia, or what does it look like? Do you guys have kind of like the US where there's club, high school, and then you go play college, or how does that work?
It's so like there's no there is a platform, but it's just not to the level that it is here. It's crazy to me that I played one season of travel ball, and I was blown away at the fact that, oh, like I don't have to pay for a softball glove, or like, oh, people like donate money towards programs like this. So like in Australia, you have like your club, your rep, your state, and your national, and I've been fortunate enough, I was selected on the Australian team, but the funding here at Tennessee, it's like blows my mind because as an international coming, like I've played in both, and it's like, wow, like look at the opportunities I'm given here. So
I feel like that's a big thing too, like one for women's sports, and also for like international students, the amount of resources that we have here and like the way that they take care of us, it's insane. Like we are so lucky.
I can get a free Gatorade whenever I want. Like
free fruit snacks.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience playing for the Australia Youth National Team when you got called up for that, what it was like.
Okay, so it was a little heartbreaking.
Oh no.
No, I know. So I was selected for the under-18s junior spirit team. Okay. 2020. Yeah, we all know. And Australia's COVID rules were like, man, it was rough. Like, I don't know miles, but I think it was 5 kilometers, which you couldn't leave your house. So like I had a 5 kilometer kind of like rate like around my house, and if you were like, you couldn't leave. So that's like 3 miles. So for like a whole year.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that was when I was selected to go and play. So it was really heartbreaking, like knowing, I remember I set goals when I was 12 and I was like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be that.
That's sad.
I made the moment, I got my jersey, and the next day it was like, the Australian government was like, not allowed to leave. But I was fortunate enough to be picked up to play at the I played in an Opens tournament in Canada, the Canada Cup. So I got to tick Canada off my playing list. But that was really cool, like playing against Mexico, Canada, Chinese Taipei, the Philippines, and it's crazy because I played against people who I'm playing with now.
Really?
So like I played against my teammates on Canada, on Team Italy. So it's like
it's kind of full circle.
Yeah, I know. And
did you always know that like Tennessee was going to be home, or how did you first hear about UT?
I just wanted to come over here, period. And I just always would watch softball, and I loved Tennessee Orange, and I liked like they play with so much fun, and I was like, I want to be there, like that's where I want to play, and I made it.
Yeah. Aw, I love it. Was softball the only thing you did growing up, or did you do any other sports?
So everyone plays so many sports back home.
Really?
Yeah, so I remember I did 1 year of cheerleading. I know.
Crazy.
I know. I did netball, which is an Australian sport. You've probably never heard of it.
Explain it.
So it's like basketball.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm trying to explain it. There's like 3 sections on a court, and depending on what position you're wearing on you wear a dress.
Yeah.
On your dress.
You wear a dress as a uniform?
Yeah.
Is it only girls?
Well, boys are starting to play it now, but it's mostly girls.
Do the guys have to wear the dress too?
They wear like a t-shirt and shorts, but it's like traditional, like you wear a dress.
Okay.
And like depending on what position you are is where you can go on the court.
Okay.
And it's like basketball without a backboard.
How does the hoop stay up?
Like it's just like a pole with a little...
Okay, so you have to be like extra accurate. Were you good?
I was the goal shooter, but it would always,
That's what's up.
So I did that, and then I did surf life saving. Fun fact.
Surf life saving?
Yeah.
Like lifeguarding in the ocean?
Yeah, but it's like a sport. Yeah. One
How
time I went out.
How do you practice that?
Well, we have family up that lives like 5 minutes from the beach, Caves Beach. So my parents got married there. And we just did it because we'd always go up to see my family.
Yeah.
And it was on a Sunday. So we'd just go up, spend time at the beach, like who would say no? But one time I was doing it and the shark alarm went off as I was in the,
Were you horrified?
I was kind of like, I went back out 30 minutes later.
Dang, brave soul. Yeah. Like, how do they train that? Do they like put people in the water?
So it's like there's
surfing?
different like events. So there'll be like a sprint, a beach sprint, beach relay. There's like flags. So it's like heads up, heads down, go. And like you have to like race to get like this like stick in the ground.
Okay.
This sounds so...
This is like Australian track?
On the beach.
In the water?
And then there's like a swim. So you have to like swim to a...
Okay.
I say buoy. A buoy.
A buoy?
Yeah. And then like a paddle on the board. Like
a
surfboard. And then there's like the Iron Woman. So you sprint, swim, board. Or like the order.
Dang.
Yeah, but I only did that till I was 12.
Did you have any other hobbies besides these crazy sports, or like were you just mainly?
Back then, I always loved craft and like drawing and stuff, and like painting, but now I don't even know.
I've been big into, my roommate and I just went to Michael's and we got Rainbow Loom. Did you ever do that growing up?
I had the best collection. Like I built like literally one time I built a belt.
That's insane.
A belt. I had the best loom bands.
My biggest flex was being able to do like the starburst one in different colors, like the wave design. That's pretty like...
I made an apple, like a life-size apple, an elephant, a crocodile, like...
I was on YouTube like ice cream charm.
How'd you build this? Yes. Loom bands, you just unlocked a memory.
You need to go get some.
I know exactly where they are.
These days too. I mean, they were like crazy expensive back then.
Yeah,
I was fiending for those.
Like, come on, Mom, please give me some more bands. They were so expensive.
Yeah. No, they were actually like really expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so crafts, anything else you would do? Would you see the wildlife a lot or no?
Like in like the wild? Like
yeah.
If I went and looked for it, like where my mum works, like there will just be kangaroos at our office.
Yeah. I'm blanking on the name. Steve Irwin.
Oh.
That's all I really know about Australia.
Yeah.
Is like just seeing him and like all those videos because he's from Australia, right?
Yeah, he's like an Australian icon.
Legend.
Yeah.
Does he have like a zoo?
Yeah, so it's in Queensland, like
Okay.
like kind of like I live like here in Queensland.
How
like,
far of a drive is it?
I drove there over the summer, so it's like 10 hours, but I think that's like further. I don't know.
10 hours?
Yeah.
So it's not that close at all.
No.
Jeez, that's pretty far.
It's like Queensland and New South Wales, which is I'm from New South Wales. It's like the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Speak of Tennessee, Alabama, let's unpack one of the best weekends this fall, the Tennessee-Alabama game. Obviously, we won. Obviously.
Amen.
Did you go to it?
Yes, I was fortunate enough to go.
How was your experience? Where were you sitting?
I sat in the student section towards the front on the lower bowl.
Okay.
And it was packed, it was squishy.
We got stuck in the tunnel for a while, like waiting. Did you guys get stuck too?
I went there a little earlier because I went and watched, I love the band, Guilty
You
Pleasure.
actually?
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite part. Like when the band comes, I'm like, guys, shush, the band's on.
Do you guys ever hear them when you're practicing?
All the time,
Okay,
and it's
'cause-
the best part.
Our Lady Vol sports are pretty close to each other. So in the same area, we have our softball, our soccer, and then our volleyball. And you could always hear like the band field because it's right
Yes.
next to us.
Yes, I love it. Like my coach and I, we're like, hear that?
Does Karen like it?
Well, it's Megan. Megan and I
Okay.
like fiend for the band. Like they're like, oh my gosh, Rocky Top. But yeah.
Did you ever play any instruments growing up, or you just like the band?
No, I'm horrible. Like
I'm terrible too.
like when I had to do it at school, it was appalling.
I remember one year, I think it was 7th grade, but I was in choir. And like my family would make so much fun of me for singing, and like everybody had to try out like for one solo as a requirement, and so I tried out for the Christmas solo. And I like emailed my teacher afterwards, and I was like verbatim like, I'm so sorry, like that was terrible. Every time I sing I sound like a dying goat. And she like responded and was like, what? And my family like brings it up to this day because they're like, why would you say that? But, like that's what I sound like when I sing. I'm not musically gifted.
One time, this is really bad, 8th grade, I had to do a piano like assignment and submit it. I still don't even know what the keys, I just don't get how people can.
What did you play?
Well, I had to do like they assigned you an assignment.
Okay.
And this one kid in my class was on the band at our school. Like he would like do stuff, he was in a band.
Yeah.
I was like, Connor, bro, come on. So I like sat up the top.
No
the camera
way.
was sitting in front of me and he played it and I was like, just going like this. And my friend did it too, like the two of us. And mind you, she was school captain. I got voted teacher's pet and
Dang,
my secret's
rebel.
out now.
You guys heard it here
My
first.
secret's out. I cheated in my year 8 piano test.
Connor, shout out Connor, you're a real one?
Yeah, Connor Millingham.
That is so funny. Have you seen the trend on TikTok, the interpretive dance trend?
Yes.
Those have been cracking me up. We could try to find a video and put it like right here over the screen, but basically it's like making my sister do an interpretive dance so that she can borrow like my clothes. Or,
Yes.
Like making my boyfriend like.
Someone's like making my husband do an interpretive dance so he can stay the night. We live together and have been married for 7 years. But they
No, it's
do it like a
hilarious.
trooper.
It kills me. Like they're like.
When
The
they do the
noises?
jump, yeah. It's funny.
You guys, okay, that reminded me. You guys do a lot of different chants.
Yeah.
Softball, right? Talk to me about your different chants. I had the opportunity to go to your guys' what's it called? It's not the World Series. It's before the Super
Regionals.
And I loved it because I had never really been like around softball before then. But you guys have a lot of team spirit and like cool traditions.
Yeah,
Talk
so
to me about those.
They're just like, I mean, the games are long and there's a lot of standing. So we're like, well, let's just make it fun. And most of the time it's just like picking on the other team.
You guys have a lot of very sneaky chants.
Oh, yeah. So like if someone makes an error, it's like A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, E. Pressures on the D, D. And it like just keeps going. But like that's probably like a PG one. Like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you even allowed to say it? Which one am I thinking of that you guys do that's like pretty bad? I mean, it's not bad, but it's like Dang.
Like, if someone gets like taken out, we're like la butara,
That's what I'm thinking of.
because like we're booting you out of the game. Like bye sis.
That one's so funny.
Yeah, but they're just fun. Like, but everyone does it, and it just makes the game more interesting.
Do you guys get in trouble for like doing celebrations or anything?
No. Like Karen loves it.
Really?
Have you seen our home run one?
Where you do the bowling?
So that's like if they throw it in the dirt, it's like that's a strike.
Okay.
But if someone hits a home run, they get like a mummy hat.
Oh wait, I've seen this in the money.
They get a pimp bat and they get to do a little pimp walk, and we throw money on them.
Doesn't the money have your guys' faces on it?
Yeah.
Who makes that?
I think it was just the people who do VFL stuff.
That is awesome.
I know.
So what are the pitcher celebrations?
Well, we didn't really get one. We just get to participate. One of Peyton last year hit 1,000 strikeouts, so she got to do the pimp walk without the bat. She just got to like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so she got her little moment, but.
Any like rituals or anything that you do like before you're about to pitch, or like if you score after, do you do like a mini celebration or no?
So it's like the routine is always the same. Like.
What is yours?
It's like, so I always do, I don't know how many steps it is, but it's always the same. So like I'll throw it and I'll always walk to the right side of the mound.
Okay.
And then I'll do a certain number of steps. Don't know, it's always the same. And then depending on like the situation, like I'll draw like a little G in the ground for like my grandma. And then I'll grab my pitching rag.
Okay.
And then I pitch. But if I strike someone out, like there's photos and I'm like screaming, like I'm like.
You guys always look so hype on your Instagram, like yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know them. The baseball players, I don't know how this works for softball, but the pitchers wear. Carlin, I want to say Carlin had a watch, and do you wear the watch or do you wear the like playbook?
So we had the signal cards.
Okay.
Fun fact, I'm like dyslexic, so I have a brand. It's called Erlin's.
Okay.
So every time I would look at this silly sign card, I would be throwing the wrong thing because my brain would like,
Was this just when you got to college or was it in high school too?
College.
Wow.
So now we do watch, like it was introduced and I'm like, oh, God bless.
That's kind of nice.
So like it would just flash and be like, boop, boop, change up, boop, boop, drop ball inside. So much easier.
Do you have to make sure it's charged or do they?
That ain't my problem.
Okay, good.
I just put it on and do it. But
sometimes when I went to your games, I'd be like, okay, what if the watch dies? Like,
well, if there's like, when we play in Florida, there's like so many teams there. So everyone's watches like don't work because there's so many like.
Oh, because what, does it Bluetooth connect? Or how does it?
I know that we have an app, but it was like slow, like it would work, but we get 20 seconds between pitches. So it would take way too long.
And the 20 seconds is new, right?
Or
was it just new for baseball had a new rule?
I know that. I think I don't know if they came at the same time, but I've always played 20 seconds because it's international rule.
Gotcha.
So when they introduced it, I was like,
transition, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an experience there.
So you've been at Tennessee this is your third year now.
Yeah.
What has your experience been like on and off the mound?
Yeah.
Is that okay? What has your experience been on and off the mound here?
It's been like I love it. I love school. I love playing, and I love meeting people and making friends. Like, I just think it's so cool. I'll reflect and I'll be like, wow, like look at the people I've met, look at the opportunities I've had, and I love that here. Like I can do what I love. Like I'm getting it. Heck, I graduate a whole year early.
Yeah.
And I just love, like, I'll think back at all, like, the memories and the things that I've achieved, and I'm like, wow, like, I did that. And if I wasn't here, like, what would my life look like in a sense? But, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Charli wouldn't tell you guys this on her own, but she's very smart, and she, like, does something really cool, and she's going to help a lot of people. Do you want to talk to us about your major and the program you're in right now?
Sure. So I'm an audio speech pathology major. So I want to, help people in a sense. And I just finished all my stuff for sign language, and I love helping people. So I started doing sign language, and I would sign on TV behind when Karen would do her little interviews.
I saw the video of that. You guys were you eating goldfish?
Yeah, I said like, I love, and then I'd like point to goldfish. And my teacher emailed me. He's like, Charli, like, you did something. I was like, what? Like, I was just being silly. And he said that like, the deaf community is so small, and like everyone kind of knows each other.
Yeah.
And he said that like, that day he had like so many emails, like, oh my gosh, like someone from Tennessee is signing, like that's so cool. And he's like, yeah, that's my student, I taught her that. And
you took all the credit.
Yeah, like it's just cool. And now I have like, I know that there's on our scoreboard, like there's subtitles, and like I look at that and it's like, yeah, I'm doing amazing things on the field, but look at the impact I get to make off the field. And like I made t-shirts for my deaf friend, and it's like Lady Vol, and instead of saying like Orsini, it's like Orsini. So, and I made one for my teacher too.
That's so special.
So, yeah, it's fun.
That's really cute. How many years do you have left in your program?
So I graduate in the spring, and that's like my undergrad. It's like a 3+1 year, and then 2 more years to get my master's. And I want to specialize in like children and like people with disabilities, and I just love it. Like I worked with the Future program at Tennessee. That was the coolest thing. Like I look at it, it's like, it's a class. They just think like, it's like you give what you get, you get what you give, sorry. And I learned so many valuable lessons from doing that. And like I would look at it and be like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to go to practice. And it's like these people would kill. Like I had a conversation with Jacob, and I was like, Jacob, what do you want to do in life? He was like, I just want to do stuff with sports, like I love it. And he interns for softball now, so it's just cool.
Super cool.
I just love it.
Yeah, I think it's like, one of the things Tennessee does really well, pouring into us outside of just our sport, and like making sure they really like invest into like who we are as people. And I mean, I just think it's great because I'm assuming your class schedule, it's not normal, right? So you probably have to like miss practice sometimes and everything.
Oh yeah.
But to just be able to do that, I think it goes to show like sport is so much bigger than just like winning and losing. I mean, that's very important. Don't get me wrong, everything's cool. But I think like it's just very important to be able to like have other things like you're pouring into, and I mean using this platform for good. So I think that's so cool. Aw, cute. Walk us through your favorite off the field softball memory.
Off the field? So I have 2. And they kind of interconnect. Best day of my life was when we beat Alabama the first time. Holy cow, I didn't even know the rules. And I was like, I remember when he was making the kick, I was like, Karen, like, what's happening? She was like, Charlie, you just need to shut up right now, please. Just be quiet.
Was with you guys?
Yeah, because I had recruits, and I was like, I didn't know how big of a moment this was. And then we didn't get to storm the field because
the recruits.
Well, softball was, she was like, no.
Oh no.
But
soccer was on the field.
I know.
Shout out Joe Kurt.
I know. But when we beat them this time around, you know I was on that field.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of goes hand in hand. Like I didn't get to do it the first time, but I got to do it the second. So that was cool. That was probably my favorite non-softball
Very cool
thing.
So you had to learn American football rules when you came?
Yeah, I still don't really know the rules. I don't know the positions. I kind of just know the gist of it, but I'm getting there.
Going back, it's kind of like a double question. If you had a friend visiting the United States from Australia, where in Knoxville would you take them to eat? And then vice versa, where would you take an American to eat in Australia?
I would just go to Cruise Farm. I love Cruise Farm. Every time someone's like, what should we do? I'm like, Cruise Farm.
Our team, is your guys' team obsessed with Cruise Farm?
I'm definitely obsessed.
Our team, I don't like go usually the night before games, but our team goes every night before a game.
It's just so
if we're away, they still go get ice cream. But I don't really know. I'm going to get hate for this, the craze behind it. Okay. We're gonna put a picture on the screen. You walk in, it looks a little bit like, I don't want to say it's giving cult, but it's giving cult.
Yeah, I can see.
Everybody's matching in these.
The red lipstick, the pearls.
I don't know what it is.
The
like
headband, something.
It's very like country farm style, very family. First time I was there, I was like, okay, I don't know about this. It's good.
Man, I'll take the good ice cream. And it's cheap. I feel like it's cheap. Like it's a big serving.
Yeah. Whenever we have recruits, our coach is like, okay, so like you 3 can take them out to dinner, and like we'll go to the dinner, and then we'll text afterwards, like, we're headed to Cruise right now, whole team pull up, it's on Joe. Our coach
love
gets
it.
the building next, and he's like, guys.
Like we went there for fall break as a team. It's like we love ice cream.
You guys also went to the mountains as a team.
Yes.
Is that that's a thing you guys normally do, correct?
Yeah, every year.
What's it called again?
Breakaway.
Okay. You like that? What do you guys do?
It's very competitive, but it'll be like you break up into like 4 teams, and there's like just little games, nothing to do with softball, but you just compete. And there's a winner and you get a sweatshirt.
Our version of that is we run the beep test, and then the winner of the beep test team gets like a special crew neck.
I'm just beep test. Ugh.
Beep test, torture. Should not be allowed at all, ever. Do you guys have to do a lot of fitness tests?
As a pitcher, like we'll do like extra conditioning, but our version would be like our shuttles.
Okay. Do you guys do those in the indoor?
Yeah.
I always see you with Dan.
Yeah.
Dan seems like the guy.
I love Dan. Oh my gosh. He's the happiest man alive.
Every time I see him. So Dan is he's the head Olympic strength and conditioning coach, I think for all women's sports.
I know he does softball and rowing.
I think he oversees everybody too. But he's the happiest guy ever. Like always
he's
smiling.
Like, Charli! And I'm like,
I love when I'm in there and he's benching, but he's like lifting so much weight that it's the ding on the bell. Do you know what I'm talking about? How like he pushes up and like it counts it for him and it's videoing him from the top. Yeah. High tech stuff over here, guys.
He's so sweet.
No, he's like the nicest ever. But you guys do running with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes it fun.
So bad. Terrible. Okay, so we're gonna go into the fast break questions. These are just meant to be like fast, fun. The first one is, Charli, what is your favorite song?
I really like Saturn by SZA. It's just
a good song.
Yeah,
I like that
it's
one.
It's a good one.
What about your favorite movie?
10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a really good one.
It's a classic.
Have you seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Yes. I love those like old school rom-coms.
Same.
I've watched them all.
What about your favorite dessert?
Probably Cruz Farm ice cream.
Is that really it, Cruz?
We'll just say ice cream.
Okay. A certain flavor?
I hate chocolate. Yeah. Don't hate me.
Like anything chocolate?
No, I just don't like chocolate ice cream.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't taste.
What's your go-to then at Cruz Farm's go-to ice cream?
Well, right now they have the pumpkin flavored stuff.
100%. Same for Starbucks. Are you big on the pumpkin drinks right now? Pumpkin ice chai, sweet cream?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna hit everything. Pumpkin spice everything.
Pumpkin spice. It's not a thing in Australia. I know. So like I remember my mom came, she was in Texas in August, right as soon as pumpkin spice came out. She FaceTimed me, she's like, what's this about? I'm like, Mom, like, and she FaceTimed me, she sends me like, we'll Snapchat each other. We're on a 2-year streak on Snapchat.
Okay, is your mom like concerningly high on your best friends list?
She's 3rd.
Mine's number 1.
Yeah, I love my mom.
Mom, we love you guys.
But yeah, and she was like it's so cringe. Like if people saw my phone like throughout the day, because I obviously can't talk to my mom till like 5 o'clock at night, if not later. I'd be like, hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. Like we'll send each other stupid videos like that. So she gave me like a version of that tasting. Aww. She gave me a pumpkin spice review.
So cute.
So the Orsini family loves it.
And I'm like, so precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, pumpkin spice, great though. I don't know who came up with that, but like, what is your favorite celebration?
I play very energetic.
Okay.
So I always just love like, there's like a video I don't know, I have so many videos and I'll like point to the ground. I don't even know what I do. It's so silly. It's just like a reaction. I get so excited. I'm like, yeah.
I love it.
And like I'll point, so.
And the last question in the fast break segment is, who is an athlete that you look up to?
Ooh, that's a hard one. This is bad because it's not fast right now. I always looked up to probably, her name's Giselle Juarez. She played at Oklahoma, but I still love her. I know. And
we'll bleep it out.
Yeah. And she was my coach. Aww. Like it was so crazy. Like I was like, life is so weird how it works. Like 2 years ago, I was watching her at 5 a.m. pitch, and now she's my coach.
Was she from Australia too?
No, she's from Arizona.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. That wraps up this week's episode of Everything School. We're gonna put Charli's social media right here if you guys want to go follow her and cheer her along this season. But thank you so much for coming on. We loved having you.
Thanks for having me. It was so fun.
Bye guys, go Vols. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Everything School. Hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you find your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. You already know Rock Media has you covered for all things Tennessee athletics, and be sure to follow us on social media and check out the highlights from the show. Once again, I'm Kate Runyon. See you next time, and as always, go Vols.